What up, yo? It's your boy MJ Duplessis, the Wrestling Encyclopedia. Monday Night Raw is about to start. As you guys can see, I am right now by myself. My co-host Doug, the Pro Wrestling Wizard, and the Ring Queen Michaela. They are not here today because, Michaela is actually just now leaving to go from visiting Doug, long distance relationship stuff. So I know they're at the airport or just getting on the plane. Doug should be at home probably or on his way home. I know distance and driving's got to suck. So, yeah. So I will be doing this. I should have some guests here later in due time. So until then, y'all can just enjoy Monday Night Raw with me. It should be a great show. Penta versus Bron Breaker for the IC title. While Valkyria is defending her women's IC title. John and Cody are again in the ring or in the building. It should be a great show. And CM Punk will be here in Glasgow. And I have a prediction. I think a lot of people do of a one Joe Hendry today, and as a surprise tag team partner for a one Mr. Uso. So, if you drop some in the comments, come hang out. It should be a good time. Punks here, the Second City say, what is good? How are y'all doing? Again, World Championship Bracket just presents Netflix and Raw. Thanks for joining us. Me. I know. Midday Raw is kind of weird for people. Oh, Dragon Lee versus Gable tonight, too. Okay. Fucks with that. So oh shit, they're starting with Cena. That is crazy. Was not expecting that. Okay. Cena to start off Glasgow, what again? Okay. That's crazy. What up, y'all? World Championship Bracket, Netflix and Raw. We are starting with a one, John Cena. That is crazy. He about to just get another great promo like he did last week. Kind of fucking here for it. Once again, getting booed by these European fans. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. John Cena sucks kind of does very well with the theme song. It's crazy how that can actually go unbeat with the first theme song. This is kind of wild. I love this. Random ticket holders is kind of funny. So again, this he taking shots at kids. That's crazy. That's a wild statement. He put a kid on blast. I hate the censoring on Netflix. Uh, Talk that shit, Cena. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. It's been 23 years. That's what I don't get. He didn't come into the company in 2000. It has not been 25 years. The math is not mathing. Sid is a really good heel.
I've been learning from you, quizzing you, studying you, testing you, prodding you, rewarding you for playing along with your stupid, childish, curse-ridden nursery rhymes. And in doing so, you have told me every single thing about you. You know nothing about me. I know more about you than you. And the truth is, your life is sad. Because this is the best it's going to get. This is all you have.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
You have nothing more than an experiment. You have rats in a cage. Oh, you don't believe me? Then go any moment in my career, and I'll tell you what I learned from you. When I bled, you thought I was tough. When I spoke, you were inspired. When I was edgy, you were excited. When I was vanilla, you were bored. When I was loyal, you were loved. When I was selfish, you were disrespected. When I see you in the tones, you say what? You make this so simple.
This is really good.
You will always tell me everything about yourself because you so desperately want to matter. And the most important thing you ever told me was that people were proud and proud.
Oh,
It was the thing that gave me my greatest idea. I gave you the WWE Spinner Championship.
oh, we're gonna bring up the spinner belt. This is gonna get ugly.
All you have to do is Google negative comments about the spinner belt. You all told me loud and clear how stupid I was because I changed your championship into a toy, and the championship is not a toy.
Facts.
Championship is a symbol of the center of all this, and the toy belt I made disrespected you.
Damn. Is that a kid or a grown man? Oh, he's gonna ruin wrestling. Okay. Oh.
At WrestleMania, I made history by winning a 17 championship. And I finally forced you to forget the name of the fun machine chick flying woo, Ric Flair.
Oh. Is that his name?
John Cena.
Taking a shot at Ric Flair, which after Ric Flair's post, that makes sense.
I'm going to win that championship. The center of every superstar of this entire business, of everything in this building, I will win that championship and retire with it.
Oh.
All with me.
Kind of fucks with that.
Because the real one comes home with me.
Ooh.
I will be the last real champion in WWE.
Damn. Fuck yes. Face to face. I like Cody's suit. Righty then. I ain't gonna lie. 17 minutes in, 15 minutes into the show. That Cena promo was really good. And yeah. Glasgow looks really good today. That's a packed O2 Arena. The home of major events for ICW. Thank you all for joining us here at World Championship Breakages, Netflix and Raw. I'm your boy MJ Duplessis, the Wrestling Encyclopedia. Watch it Monday, midday Raw. Like and subscribe, please. John Cena and Cody Rhodes in the ring together. This build for WrestleMania has been really good, in my opinion. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. I love that. It was really good.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Mm.
You said you were going to take
Oh. Talk that shit, Cody.
I looked at you, I talked about old I talked about your song, and it looked hard enough. You're seeing it now. You're here, you're here, that's the most dangerous songs ever. But you have made a massive mistake. And the mistake was not hitting me on top of this at the elimination chamber. the mistake was saying just said in front of these lovely people while I was in the building.
Yeah, talk that shit, Cody. Angry Cody, I love. Cody Rhodes.
You were saying that the timeline of all the professional wrestling hangs in the balance because of your vanity. You want to take this, right? You said, "Want to take it?" I'll give you the opportunity.
Oh shit. Okay, Cody, let's go. He's not gonna. He's gonna walk right out the ring. Or where's the Rock? Yep, John's gonna just walk away. And the mind games are great. Mind games plenty, and I'm kind of here for it. Talk that shit, Cody. Talk that shit, Cody. Yeah. Talk that shit. The belt's upside down, and that's funny to me.
Let's just do it. I cannot have that on my conscience. Right now, I need you to see me. I need you to see all of them. And I need you to understand that your psychotic need to take this does not outweigh our right to keep it.
Uh-huh.
The chair is no longer standing there. The chair is standing in the center of its ring. See you walking away empty handed. That is how you walk away from WrestleMania. And that is how you walk away from the WWE. The champ is the king here. His name is Cody Rhodes. In 26 nights, Cody Rhodes.
Guys, we have 26 days until WrestleMania. That's crazy.
The same wrestling. John Cena saying, taking the title of WrestleMania. He's not out as the last ever real champ.
Pat McAfee shirt is really tight. That's hilarious. Y'all have a good day.
Also, we're going to talk about our main event with this title, the Intercontinental Championship week. Penta and Bron Breaker. And for Bron Breaker, finally he gets a bit of a break from the judgment day.
That is actually. What up, y'all? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for watching World Championship Wreckage. You think, I gotta. How y'all doing? Thank you for watching World Championship Wreckages, Netflix and Raw. I'm your boy MJ Duplessis, the Wrestling Encyclopedia. Midday Monday Raw has been really good. That the in-ring stuff with John Cena and Cody Rhodes to start the show was really fucking good. Please like and subscribe. Hope y'all are having a good day. They are just now talking about the IC title match between Bron Breakker and Penta tonight, with this whole thing with Finn in the middle. I think Dominic's eventually going to turn on Finn. And that's going to be really freaking good. Because I feel like the matches between Dominic and Finn are going to be amazing. What up, Matt? What up, Meta? Thank you. Thank you for showing some love, Meta. Anyway, people, go subscribe to my brother Minnesota, great producer and rapper originally out of Minnesota, and now living in Texas, part of the Upstairs Gang. Shout out to my Upstairs Gang family from Clubhouse. Some of the best rappers, battle rappers, singers, producers, artists in general that you will meet, that I've met. Upstairs Gang for life. Of course, Meta. Love you, bro. I hope you and Moms is doing well, Meta. Oh, really? His brother? That was kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointed. I wanted the Joe Hendry thing. But Usos... Ugh. Yeah, it's on early because it's overseas in Glasgow. That's why it's so early here. Netflix got that deal where if it's overseas, they're somewhere not in the U.S., they will play 8 o'clock that whatever country time that is. So it's 8 o'clock in Glasgow. So we get it here at 1 o'clock here on the West Coast. Tell Moms I said hi. The tag match between now Jay and Jimmy. That's crazy. They did 30. That was a commercial. What a will.
I made it. Better
yes,
late than never.
Yeah. Guys, this is my brother, the Will Gray from Botch and Chair Shots and Off the Top Media. How you doing?
I'm good. What did I miss? What was important? Give me the
You literally missed one thing. And you missed one thing. And it was 25 minutes of John Cena cutting a promo and then Cody coming out to call him out. Will, this is my brother Minnesota in the comments. He is a great rapper and producer from the great state of Minnesota, now living in Texas. He was part of a crew we call the Upstairs Gang that I met on Clubhouse a few years ago, around the same time I started making TikToks.
Hell yeah. I love Minnesota. I spent some time with work in the Tri-City areas like Minneapolis and shit. I did there's a restaurant in the Mall of America Blue that's attached to it's the Radisson Blue attached to the Mall of America, and they have a restaurant called Fire Lake, and I went up there and did some consulting and helped like rebrand that restaurant. I spent like 2 weeks in Minnesota. That mall is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, St. Paul, great
Yeah.
city, dude. That was where I was at, the St. Paul, Minneapolis area. I did work there. The Blue that was attached to the Mall of America, and then the other, there's a Radisson Blue downtown was the other one that I went to. I did work at both those hotels when I was up there. Loved the city. Fantastic. It's the only city, it was the first time I'd ever been to a city where when it snowed, they had walkways between each building so you didn't have to go outside and shit. And like being from the South, like I had never been exposed to that kind of like winter weather to where it's like too cold to go outside. So the idea of like leaving leaving the building I was in and then walking into another building and never going outside, like the air tunnels and shit, that was crazy. I'd never experienced anything like that.
I've never heard of that myself.
Yeah, the biggest skyways in the country. Absolutely. It's nuts, dude. And like I said, I'm from Nashville. So having never experienced like real winter weather, like to go up there and see that, I was blown away. I was like, holy shit. Nashville's infrastructure is terrible compared to this.
My friend Will here, I will brag on him that he is a chef by choice, chef by trade, marked by choice.
That is a fact.
I've seen his cooking. I have not had his cooking, but his cooking always looks amazing. He is. And he has his own YouTube channel and Twitch. Please plug that, Will.
Rivet City Radio on Twitch and YouTube. We're making a comeback this week. Mike and Cam have been holding it down on the Table Spot and the Boom, which are our Monday and Wednesday night wrestling shows, coming back this Tuesday, tomorrow at 4:20 Eastern time. We're doing Nerdy News at 4:20 with me and Hex. Bridget and I will be getting down talking about everything from nerd culture. We're going to be doing some Am I the Asshole stuff from Reddit. And then we'll be bringing back Botch Bots and Chair Shots next Sunday for the 4-year anniversary. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the follow. Yeah, dude, I spent 20 years in the industry before I pretty much COVID. When COVID shit on the world and shut everything down, I stopped cooking professionally and essentially mastered the art of the side hustle. That's usually how I tell people. Like, I don't have one big job. I've got 500 little jobs that keep the lights on.
And a cancer survivor.
Yeah, and a cancer survivor.
He's done it all in the world.
Lots of lore. Like lots of Will Gray lore.
Yeah.
So was Jimmy or was Jay's special tag team partner his brother?
Yeah.
That seems kind of like a cop out.
Yeah. Yeah. So no Joe Hendry, kind of stupid. Very disappointed.
Maybe we get an appearance. Maybe.
This is the first time Jimmy's been able to
It is.
It is, yeah. It is the first time Jimmy's been able to leave the country for a while.
Adaptation is very much a skill.
Try to see if that light will stop making my camera go in and out of focus. I usually don't stream with this much sun. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Meta, we have to get some of the guys from Upstairs Gang on the show one of these nights. You, Buzz, Saga. Flight.
So I say this like every time I watch these guys wrestle. I just don't care about Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. A-Town Down Under to me, both of these guys should be single stars.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree, Will. I've been wanting to break up that tag team for a while now.
I thought it would have happened this year going into Mania season. And
Yeah.
if they try to make this work a whole nother year before we get them, like, that's going to be crazy to me.
As somebody who watched Austin Theory during his heel run in Evolve
Mm-hmm.
when he was managed by Gigi, yeah, he's definitely a single star waiting to happen.
Random Austin Theory fact. He broke into the business, and the very first training school he went to before he broke out and went to Evolve and Sakara and all of that, he started at New South Pro Wrestling.
He did?
Yeah,
Of course he did.
yeah. We didn't even realize that. We were there. It was their 8th anniversary show. And they were going through like the New South Hall of Fame or whatever, like all the big guys that have started there and came through their locker room and stuff. And Austin Theory. And I was like, what? And apparently he was one of their first one of their first couple graduates before because he went to their school, graduated, worked the indies, and then immediately like stepped up and went to I don't want to say better wrestling school, but like a little bit higher-end wrestling school.
Because I think he worked for WWA, trained there for a bit too with AR Fox.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my buddy Colton, for instance, he did that. Colton started wrestling at a local independent wrestling show where it was like, pay $25 and help set up the ring, and I'll train you to wrestle.
Yeah.
After Colton finished wrestling there, he kind of hit that glass ceiling on the local independents. And in order to get the next level of bookings and the next level of grandeur, I guess would be a way to say it, he had to go back to wrestling school, and he went to Florida and went to Tyler Breeze's wrestling school.
Yeah.
So like, that's what a lot of these guys, especially guys who have been signed for like your TNAs, your AEWs, your New Japans, a lot of them will have already graduated wrestling school. And then when they go there or are about to go there, they will go back to wrestling school to learn a specific style. Because like the WWE guys all train that WWE style. The New Japan guys all graduated. Then when they got the New Japan, they immediately went into the New Japan dojo and became Young Lions.
Yeah.
So Austin Theory started at New South, and then when he progressed his career, moved up, and hell, now he's on Monday Raw.
Yeah.
I can't say Night Raw because it's 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Because I knew him as a graduate of AR Fox's school. I didn't. Yeah, I had no clue about him going to New South. Because Alex Kane has talked about how as he was entering AR Fox's school, Theory was on his way out and going to Evolve. Doing those.
Alex Kane is one of those people that talk about a dude who has been to towns, seen some shit, wrestled some matches. Alex Kane is that dude. He is like scratching at that point. I think my prediction would be when his MLW contract is up, he will get signed by TNA, AEW. He'll go into a WWE developmental deal, something similar to that. Because I think Alex Kane he's a real star. Let me get some of that.
I have told Alex Kane that myself to him multiple times of like, man, you are on that brink of being on television on a weekly basis.
We got to meet Alex right after he got the MLW. It was right before he went to MLW because the first time we met him, we introduced ourselves, got to meet him. Then the second time he had the national openweight title or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a waste of Jay's momentum if they put the Usos back together?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just like piping in from the side over here.
What about?
Hello.
She's like, I'm just piping in.
Yeah, that's fine.
In
Al,
true
if you want the link to hop on screen, let me know.
Actually, not, I am working.
Oh, okay.
Some of us have to have a day job.
It would very much be a waste of his. Yeah. I think both of them, because I think they both can be giant single stars.
I think that in a perfect world, they could gear them up to be like a 2-man power trip. Put like the US title on Jimmy, give Jay the world title, and then let them win Monday night's tag titles.
Yeah.
And let Usos like that next level of Uso. You know?
Yeah.
They win the tag titles secondary to the success of them both already holding singles titles. Do it that way.
Yes, absolutely.
Jay's
That
getting
would be great.
He's working out a bunch. He's getting
No.
beefcake.
Who?
He's getting flabby.
No, he's not. He just looks it right now.
Oh, Waller?
No, Jay Uso. If you look at his social media and stuff, Jay's jacked. It's just bad camera angles.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A bunch of those guys posted a picture of them in the gym this morning. It was like Dominic and 1 minute, Will. I'm going on mute real quick.
Okay. What? No.
I like Bron.
I think Raw during the middle of the day is definitely the move. If this could be an every week thing, like this would be legit. Because I like the idea of starting and being done at dinner time, not like eating dinner and then starting a 3-hour
Yeah, but
TV
it
show.
doesn't work for their demographic. Really?
No, everybody's at work.
Yeah.
Because they're going to restream this tonight at 7 as well. Well, I mean, I guess technically after it goes off the air, you can restream it whenever you want. Pat McAfee's in Europe. I didn't think he was doing the European tour. Oh, it was Walter.
I think him and Corey are splitting it.
Or like splitting the tour.
And Corey did last week.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Corey can't be gone all of that time. You know what I mean?
Well, they probably also split it up because of getting people in the seat. Pat would be, oh no, poor Jay. He slipped after last week with the botch over the top rope, and now that.
I think the slip.
You think it was a little bit planned?
Yeah.
Nah.
And Jordans are slick all the time.
That sucks, dude. Maybe that's the direction they're going with it, though. Maybe they're trying to make it play look like that.
I don't think I heard anything.
I just got a call for a doctor's appointment, and I'm kind of upset that I missed that.
You didn't miss much.
Okay.
Jay slipped, and Al's saying that the spot was planned, like he slipped on
It
purpose.
looked like he slipped.
Or they try to play off the whole botch from like last week
Yeah.
or 2 weeks.
Keeps
Okay.
coming up short or whatever. He's got to stop slipping. Like they're leaning into it. I don't really firmly like understand Raquel's whole thing being in Judgment Day.
They needed someone to stick her.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
It's
They feel
very
bad.
much. She's the female version of Carlito because I don't understand that shit either.
Well, but for Raquel, they feel bad for her because of like everything that she's been through. So like they're trying to like throw her a bone.
Yeah.
So
This was really the only place to put her.
Zelina Vega syndrome. They felt bad for Zelina, so they made her queen of the ring, but then still did nothing with her.
Yeah. I can't wait for when Dominic turns on Finn.
Dominic turning on Finn hopefully will be the last feud we get before we get the final Dominic Ray match for Ray's retirement.
Absolutely.
Because Ray still stands on business that he's going to let his son retire him.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is up next. Okay. Oh. Ray and Drake, are we talking the bald Adam Pierce?
Yeah.
I
WWE
see
was
that.
so good about putting that shit in the background for us.
Yeah, there.
Planting the seeds and the foreshadowing.
I say bald Adam Pierce because I watched some young Adam Pierce matches earlier today. Him
When he
with
was
long hair is
at him.
weird.
Yeah. European football legacy title belts. I don't recognize any of those. Tottenham Hotspurs. And I only know that one because the name is on it.
What are
Yeah,
these?
I don't watch
They're
soccer. Like that.
European football legacy title belts.
Oh.
So, like, I mean, they're cool. I'm sure that it means something to somebody who knows who the Tottenham Hotspurs are, but
Yeah.
I know Paris. That's a city in France. They got good food there.
Also, it's in Tennessee.
It also a city in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. I don't know why, but I fucks with that short sleeve black shirt with the tie.
Yeah.
Like with the pencil, like the skinny tie with the short sleeve shirt. Like that's a good. I like that.
Yeah. The arms seem a little bit too tight for the man, but
No, it's because Pat's fucking swole. Big
yeah,
ass.
that's what I'm saying. I was like that. I wonder the struggle of him getting that on.
I watched an interview with him earlier that was talking about like after he retired from the NFL and why he retired so young, because they were like, you could have played for you could still be playing in the NFL today if you wanted to. And he explained how like he felt like he made his money and he ran. He was like, I didn't need to risk it. He goes, I had enough money to live 3 lives. Why would I want to, keep risking my life? And then he got into the sports betting and gambling stuff through Barstool. And then his TV show blew up and he left Barstool. And like, I didn't realize his comeuppance, but apparently him and the dude, Dave Portnoy, the guy who runs Barstool, apparently him and Dave had a huge falling out. And then he started his own show and he was on YouTube and Twitch and shit. And then he sold the TV rights to fucking ESPN for a show he was streaming out of a home studio. And I'm like, talk about fucking like just stumbling your way, dude. Like that's awesome.
And this is coming from
YouTube show to ESPN. Like, how the fuck does that even happen? Like,
and this is coming from a guy who almost got kicked off of his college football team because of like 2 DUIs.
He talked about in the interview when he got drafted, they weren't originally going to be drafting a punter unless the punter could like hold field goal kicks for Adam Vinatieri. So they were like, they called him before the draft. They were like, hey, we're not drafting a punter unless they can hold. Can you hold? And he was like, oh, yeah, no problem. It turns out he lied to fucking Coach Polian because he never had to hold in college or high school, either one. He had punted his whole life. He had never done anything but punt. So, like, Apparently, Adam Vinatieri paid him to go to this fucking like camp, and he was there with like high school placeholders and shit to learn how to do it. And then he was like working with pros and shit. And it was like a crash course to get him ready. Like, because Vinatieri was like, I built a legacy. You're not fucking it up for me, kid.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Demon riffing?
I like this. I like a little bit of old school.
They must be inducting him into the Hall of Fame.
No, they just announced the natural disasters today.
So,
This is a El Grande Americano video.
Oh, yeah.
This
it's
is a vignette. This is great.
that's no.
They're making fun of it, Al.
I can't hear it.
It's obviously a parody just looking at the pictures.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, they're giving El Americano Grande a backstory. That is crazy.
Chad Gable's luchador character.
Oh.
Yeah.
Al is not a fan.
That was the fucking dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life. This is like a fuck you to like luchador culture of mine.
This is crazy.
That's kind of the point of the character, though. Is he's supposed to be giving an FU to the luchadors.
Yeah, but I feel
And
like
then
this political climate, it is really distasteful. Those are the words I'm going to use. Yeah. Just
Someone on the way over you got me sick.
this is crazy.
You know what? It's okay. Finish.
I love this.
I think this is awesome.
Calling it name him after a coffee is hilarious.
I feel like they need to go back to ravers though.
Oh, I like this. I think it's cool. I think it's funny, and I think it's entertaining.
That is. I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
Richard Gadd, Baby Reindeer. Okay, cool.
I don't know what either of those things are. A Richard Gadd or a Baby Reindeer.
It's a Netflix show. It's a true story about his stalker.
Is it anything like that Gabby Potato documentary?
No, it's a drama and she's Asian.
No. I watched that whole Gabby Potato thing, and they didn't reference food one time.
I hate you.
Not alive.
I literally just almost left.
Like, they wasted this title on her.
I definitely feel like this title is floundering compared to Chelsea Green in the U.S. title.
Absolutely.
Put it on Natty.
You think Natty would have been a better choice than Lyra, first off?
Yes, and I think she deserved it. She worked her ass off for this company and deserves a little bit of a push.
I wanted either Natty or Zelina.
Yes, either one would have been a good choice. But they're in this point right now where they're trying to push all this younger talent because they know, like, especially the women's division, because like a lot of these, you know, ladies like Bianca and, you know, Lena and some of them, like, they're gonna want to be having babies soon, if that's their choice. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, they had like that huge group of women with Bianca and Bailey and, you know, like, and Becky and all of them, like all the B ladies. To that age where it's like you have to make that choice: do I have a kid or do I not have kids? So
I wanted a heel Natalia so bad win this title.
yeah,
Well, there was a lot of people when Becky got pregnant. Good old James E on the Cornette Experience said that he felt like Becky ruined her career by choosing to have a baby.
Yeah, well, Cornette can suck one.
No, I'm not saying I agree with him in any capacity.
Yeah. Cornette can be. I hate that, man.
I mean,
He said that she was primed for everything. She was at the top of her career. She literally had a world title. She had to get written off TV because his words are, she let it happen.
That is crazy wording.
You remember, because Seth went off the hinges about it.
Yeah.
Like in an interview, he was like, I respect the shit out of Corny for what he's done in the business, but like he's crossing the lines of work and reality.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm waiting for Cornette to get punched in the face.
he probably had.
Mm-hmm. And this is me. I don't usually speak politically. He hangs out really far left these days, but let's not forget the videos of what we have of this man in the early 90s and the things that we have
happen at SMW.
Yeah. First and foremost, 10 toes down. Fuck Terry.
Yeah.
Always. We hung Hulk Hogan out to dry for the exact same things that Jim Cornette was saying and doing in the 90s.
Facts.
Jim Cornette was casually dropping the N-word in promos. Jim Cornette was casually writing up like stories and stuff.
He had a
people of color. Yeah.
He had a Klansman gimmick.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they hung Hulk Hogan out the dry for it, but Jim Cornette's still out here like skating around like these things never happened.
Yeah. No. I've always been a fuck Cornette thing. But these
Yes, there was that the Swerve thing where he put Swerve in the grill on the cover of his podcast episode and shit.
Yeah.
Like, Cornette has crossed some major lines.
He had some major issues with Conan and LAX with certain shit in TNA.
When he was in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that too.
He had so much shit that went down that him and Kevin Steen still to this day refuse to work together.
They hate each other.
Yeah. I have no free shout-outs. I have 2 interviews in my discography with a God, what the fuck is his name now? I just lost it. He's a Canadian wrestler. He wrestles for Great North Wrestling. But he's wrestled forever. And he's given me 2 stories, one with Sami Zayn and one with Kevin Steen, on how difficult both those men could be. Jeremy Prophet, Black Dynamite, Jeremy Prophet. That was the dude's name.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, but I have 2 different stories because in the first interview, I asked him about working with Sammy, and he goes, it's funny that you would ask about Sammy because Kevin's the one with the juicier story. So I intentionally waited till the second interview, and I was like, now that you told me the Sammy story, you know, I gave a good old tease. Now I want the Kevin story. So I've got tape of both of why he thinks Steen and Generico both are tough and difficult to work with firsthand.
Yeah.
So, again, would never defend anything Cornette's ever said or done, but apparently Kevin is a little bit difficult to work with.
I remember watching a Kevin Owens shoot. Even when he was just about to get signed to WWE, he did a shoot interview, and they were asking about Jim. He was like, "We were legit fighting. I was throwing chairs at the man in the ring, and I didn't care if it hurt him."
Yeah. No, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Cornette essentially says that Owens is a prima donna. Like, he only looks out for himself. Like, he only cares about, like, and he's just always said he was just tough and difficult to work with.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's upsetting, but I wouldn't be surprised.
The way it's come across to me, listening to what Cornette has said and listening to Jeremy's story both, Kevin Owens isn't difficult to work with. Kevin Owens has made towns and paid his dues, and he refuses to take bullshit from anybody.
That also makes sense.
I'm the exact same way in the kitchen. I don't give a shit who you are, what you do, or where you come from. You're not going to be a better chef than I am because I've spent the last 20 plus years, blood, sweat, and tears becoming the best at my art. Kevin Owens has the exact same mentality with pro wrestling.
Okay. You see? Then you know what? Good on Kevin.
Yeah. He's at that point where he's like, I in the indies, he was like, I don't have to put up a fucking ring. Like, I'm on the, it's not an ego. He's like, I spent my time putting up rings. I spent my time taking bumps and running classes. Like, I'm above that. Not in a sense like he's better than people, but like, he's not there to take bullshit. He's not there to kiss hands and lick boots.
Yes. You get that. I hear that story a lot when it comes to Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's just like, a lot of people say he's difficult to work with, but like other people are like, no, he's done this forever. Like, he doesn't want to, like, he knows what he's done and what the career he's had.
The old Ring of Honor days, you look at Steve Mack. Yes. Steve Mack was one of Loki's boys. It was Loki and Steve Mack, Homicide, Mafia. Yeah. Those guys.
Homicide, the home Jersey crew, the Jersey New York crew, the Wu-Tang of Wrestling, as they call themselves.
Exactly. They essentially helped make Jersey Championship Wrestling what it was, and we know the evolution of where they went. But aside from that, they were in the ground floor operational units for both TNA and Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, Loki and that group, like, the Wu-Tang of Wrestling may be the best analogy, because even for Wu-Tang's success, there's still a lot of things that make Wu-Tang feel underground. And that's how Loki and those guys feel. Because through all their success and the multiple companies they've been through, Loki was the inaugural X Division champion or whatever. Like, there was so much.
AJ was.
AJ. Whatever the case was, Loki was the inaugural champion of one of whatever the case. Like, their successes, and it's like that trickle down effect.
Yeah.
Like, what would have happened if these guys didn't meet and didn't form the clique and didn't start working in Jersey? Like, would Ring of Honor have been successful?
Yeah.
You know? It was the Ring of Honor world title. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was the inaugural Ring of Honor champion, because he beat Bryan Danielson. It came to me immediately. I was like, he won the inaugural title of something.
Yes. Okay. Well, Lyra won that. I mean, who didn't see that coming?
We were talking about everything but the match. I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It was just...
It was kind of predictable.
What do you think if they were to put this title on Liv then? Would that make the title feel more important or less important?
Probably more.
You think it would, like, do you think the name alone would elevate the title?
Yeah. Like, I don't, like, Raquel's got a great look. Great look. But she hasn't shown any personality, and it's like watching paint.
Yeah.
dry. And Bailey is looking fine.
Oh, she got her titties done again.
Yeah, they are.
Titties.
What the?
Look at her boobs. They're huge.
Yeah, I am very like, what the?
That's new. She
Yeah, it's
either
usually the
wearing a
overhead.
good bra or she got titties recently.
I am so confused. Oh, he's got a new show, a live show happening. Okay, cool. In Pittsburgh.
Sorry, the dogs lost their collective minds all at once.
I see that or heard that. That was.
So yeah, back to the Lyra thing. I think that Liv could elevate the title, but I also think putting a mid-card title on Liv might pull her flame down some as well.
Yeah. I honestly thought they were gonna give the title to fucking homegirl from American Made.
Oh, Ivy Nile?
Yeah.
I thought Ivy was a good pick, but I'm going to agree with Al more than anything. Dad fell asleep right before the start of the show.
Well, Dad, you still have the link, so if you can, come join. Yeah. So I'm going to say something real quick because it always freaks me out when it happens. I am TikTok mutuals with Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
And he will send me videos every once in a while, and it still freaks me out. Like, oh, shit. Anderson's wanting
awesome.
to swap videos. And it's just, I get that notification, and it's.
That's awesome.
Shout to Mr. Anderson and his wrestling school out there in Wisconsin, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for this triple threat match.
At Mania,
Yeah.
I think Rhea. This is tough because I'm going to say this, and it's going to piss a lot of people off, and I don't even care. Rhea literally fighting her way into the ring and illegally signing her name on a contract is the ultimate just interject yourself into the title picture that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People can bitch and moan about Charlotte all they want. At least she came back in and had to win the Rumble. Like, Rhea did nothing but walk in the ring and punch someone and then sign her name on a contract that wasn't even hers to sign. And she's like, boom, I'm in the title picture. And I'm like, where's all the fucking pandering at now?
It's not okay when Charlotte.
Exactly. It's only not okay if Charlotte does it.
Because her name is.
I can't remember where I saw you say it. It might have been one of the group chats. But when you said, Rhea, that's not how contracts work.
Yeah, I tweeted it. I was like, I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that's not how contracts work.
That shit was hilarious.
It's the facts. Like, people are so mad at Charlotte for interjecting into the title scene, but Rhea walks out there big dick waving, punches two people, and then's like, I'm the champion now. Like, get the fuck out of here, Rhea Ripley.
She's either been in the title picture or carrying the title for the last 2 years straight.
And let's be real. Let's not pretend like Io and Bianca wouldn't slap on its own. We watched them in NXT Black and Gold. I know what they can do.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. They didn't need Rhea in this story. Rhea did nothing to be here other
Not
than
at all.
lose her title to Liv.
Yeah.
Or to Io, rather.
To you.
Or to Liv and then to Io. But yes, like,
No, she won it from Liv and lost it to Io.
you're missing. Yes, you're right.
The disrespect Io's gotten in the last 2 weeks on these segments, though.
Yeah.
Like if I'm Io, I'm fed up and I'm punching someone. They're making Io look like a little bitch, and it's kind of fucked up.
And again, that's not how contracts work.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But nobody says anything about that, just inserting herself into the title picture. And before anybody goes, she should get the rematch clause. That's, again, not how WWE works. They're not a wrestling show. They're a TV show about pro wrestlers. Come at me. There's nothing in a contract for a WWE title reign that gives you a rematch clause anymore.
Yeah,
It hasn't been around
that
since the
hasn't-
Attitude Era.
Yeah, that hasn't been a thing in forever.
And if you really want to talk about it, let's look at the fact that old Baron Corbin is still owed a world title shot against Roman Reigns for winning the fucking King of the Ring or whatever it was, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's talk about rematches that didn't happen. Like, sorry, I'll get off my will talk, but you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
everybody wants to shit on Charlotte, but nobody wants to have that conversation about Rhea literally just walking into the ring.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
What?
Shout out to my boy Alpha Zoe from California. He is the Fighting Spirit Pro champion. It's a company out there in Atwater, California. He has a match tonight against a one Titus Alexander.
That's dope. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the tweets about Bailey. Hilarious. And let's salute to the natural disasters for getting into the Hall of Fame.
I think that's a very underappreciated tag team.
They
But
are.
for them to get in ahead of Demolition, like, somebody needs to kiss and make up. Because Demolition is one of those powerhouse tag teams that aren't in the Hall of Fame yet.
Smash's Brian Clark's son announced that they have signed a posthumous Legends deal.
But really, all that means WWE can use them and their likeness in video games and for promotion and shit.
Yeah.
So the family will continue to get royalties while they use their likeness. In reality, that's kind of a good move gesture to WWE because they could have probably done it anyways without the Legends deal, and it's probably just to stay face with the families.
Yeah.
Because WWE, especially from those times, owns the rights and likeness to those characters.
Yes.
We have Jesse the Body the Ventura for that. He's the origin story, in my opinion, for the WWE identity crisis. For the reason why WWE is so adamant about owning the copyrights of their wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Ooh. All right, now I want to watch the spider match again. I want to watch this later.
The SummerSlam.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about this match compared to other ladder matches, they had a wrestling match and used one ladder the entire time.
Yeah.
They didn't need 5 ladders or whatever. Well, I guess the 2, but essentially like they didn't have 500 ladders around the ring and a bunch of stuff built up. They had a great wrestling match that ended with someone climbing a ladder, essentially.
Absolutely. It is, in my opinion, the most underrated ladder match. It is definitely in my top 5.
Yeah, I would put it in my top 5 ladder matches. TLC 2 would be my number 1.
Oh.
TLC 2 would be number 1 for sure. Sean and Brett. WrestleMania, what was that? WrestleMania 10?
Yeah.
There it is. Jay looks all mad and depressed.
I would too if my abs were turning into a beer fish. Okay.
It's not cool to body shame people.
No. He's still hot no matter what. I'm just pointing out that his physical appearance is changed.
Oh, and 3.
0-3 what?
He said I'm 3-0 against Gunther when it's 0-3. He just misspoke.
You're like 1.2 seconds ahead of me. I just heard it.
Oh. Oh, shit.
What's going on? So Gunther was just standing around the corner listening to that hype talk? He just fucking whapped the shit out of him.
That was loud. That was loud.
Wow. Gunther just got fucking gollywopped. He got. That was straight in the fucking face. There was a handprint on that man's like temple. Like
that's why I jumped. I wasn't expecting that. That was
what did Five Fingers say to the face? Slap. Like Jesus, dude.
That sounded like a fucking shotgun shot. That was
big props to Big Jim, dude. That was a ballsy move. He whopped the shit out of him. That's right. Good. Good, Scrap Daddy. Good. If he leaves WWE and doesn't get booked for one show for the Scrap Daddy to manage the Garbage Daddies, like that will be a missed opportunity.
That would be fucking amazing.
Just for one show, just for the opportunity to have it happen. It's female Shinsuke Nakamura.
Facts. Except they've booked her better.
100%.
I think I'm gonna do something with my friend. I just came across this TikTok
Mm-hmm.
where she sent pictures of like the men in WWE
Mm-hmm.
to her friends and had them like rank them
Yeah.
like on a hot scale.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen multiple people do that on TikTok. It's hilarious.
I think I'm gonna do it.
I saw a wrestling fan do that with her mom on TikTok.
I've seen the videos where they make the people who don't watch wrestling like guess the wrestler's name.
Yeah. Oh, I like Bianca's gear.
That's right. Thank you, Bianca.
She ain't got no clothes.
She ain't got no clothes on.
What is? What's with tittying today on this show?
Yeah. The ladies are definitely doing their thing tonight.
Well, it's Netflix. They can.
Yeah, they can be a little bit more risque.
All right, the face of the palm shit's got to stop. Y'all ain't gonna be out here disrespecting my girl like this.
They're just so mad about it.
You get your rematch that you want. Faces Bianca, WrestleMania. Ladies, thank you. Have a very nice Sunday. Next week, the women's world title of the OK London. It's brand new by kids.
Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, you.
Oh no.
Oh, I am.
That was cool. That was a great transition. So do we think that Rhea wins the title back from Io
Yeah,
next week?
and then Rhea Bianca.
No, I think what will happen is we'll we'll still end up in a 3-way because
Ah.
what Io is going to do is
Ask for her rematch.
exactly. I think she's going to work it in that way.
God damn it. I love how your brain works.
I think that's how we're going to end up going to the 3-way because I just said, was it last week on the Boom? I was talking to Mike and Cam about it in the chat. I said we needed a title to have a couple meaningful changes to like liven it up some.
Yeah.
So I think Rhea getting the belt and then Liv getting it, then Rhea getting it, then Io getting it, then it going back to Rhea, like, and then it being a 3-way at Mania, all for Bianca to get it back or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it would be a lot of meaningful changes inside of like 4 months that would all make sense.
Absolutely. Dominic's trying to get him in the Judgment Day. Weirdly.
Wow.
Damn. Dallas.
The only match I want to see Dom in is versus his daddy.
Hair versus mask.
Yes.
I hope that's why he's growing it out.
That would be.
Like, I just. Like, when they inducted him into the Hall of Fame, like, that should have been, like, the end, right? Like, I feel like they could have put somebody else in the Hall of Fame and waited to put Ray in if he was going to continue to keep wrestling.
I think Ray had a Hall of Fame career if you took everything he did in the 90s and the early 2000s. He had a Hall of Fame career based off of that alone, not counting anything he's done post
I
2010.
don't disagree with that, but I feel like you shouldn't qualify for the Hall of Fame until you're retired.
So what about Edge then? When Edge had to be forced into retirement because
That's a different situation. He thought he was done.
so if somebody retired but they came out of retirement, would
Right,
they have to
that's
come out of the
different.
Hall of Fame then?
No, that's a different situation.
Do you think inducting someone into the Hall of Fame while they're still active is the weird part?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't induct a football player into the Football Hall of Fame that was still active.
Well, they have rules that say you have to be retired a certain amount of time before
Right.
you're
That's
eligible.
what I'm saying. Like,
So maybe the WWE needs those kinds of rules then?
yeah. Because it's weird.
I don't disagree, but it's a predetermined sport. So to me, it's not like,
Yes, but the Hall of Fame is based upon, like, what you did for the company and things like that. Like, it's not based upon, like, the Hall of Fame, even though it is a predetermined sport, your induction into the Hall of Fame is based on them as a person and what they did for the business, not necessarily their win-loss ratio.
no, for sure. So do you not think that if a person has done enough to warrant that Hall of Fame, just in merit, they shouldn't get it until they're no longer active?
Correct,
Is what you're
because,
saying.
like, what if they do something that destroys that reputation and then, like, you know, I mean, not that they can't do that after they're retired,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, you know, to me, being inducted into the Hall of Fame is something that is a prestige for, like, the old guys, I guess. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, Ray 100%, 100 million% deserved it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it means more when they're retired than it does if he's still active.
Okay, so here's my follow-up question. If they did it for Evolution and they inducted Evolution and Flair and Triple H and Orton and Batista all get inducted because of what Evolution presented in WWE, would you still be against it since one of the 4 members are still active?
Yeah, they could wait.
They could just wait for Orton to retire and then induct Orton and then induct Evolution separately?
I think.
Fair. Follow-up question for both of you now.
That is crazy. I spaced half that conversation, by the way. Yo.
So do you think than the pro wrestling sphere as a world of pro wrestling outside of the WWE? Should there be a pro wrestling Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yes.
Not the NWA or New Japan or WWE or AEW or TNA. Should there be a pro wrestling Hall of Fame that encompasses all promotions, all eras?
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked there isn't one.
Who would you immediately put in as your first pick then?
Eddie.
Eddie?
Honestly, this is going to be really controversial.
Benoit.
There is really one person that kind of encompasses like pro wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
And that is Ric Flair. He has been in pretty much every promotion and has been pretty much at one point every promotion's
Biggest champion.
No,
for sure.
Like,
I don't see that as controversial outside of the guy just being an alcoholic.
Yeah,
Right.
because he's not like the best person. But I am saying, like, merit wise for what he did specifically for the business, it would be him or, shitty Vince. But
AJ says Andre the Giant. I don't disagree with that. I think if I were to open a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, I were to pick one person to immediately put in, it would be Gorgeous George.
Ooh.
From the 40s.
Yes.
I think he may be the most influential wrestler of all time.
You're not
Because
wrong.
without him, we wouldn't have gotten Cowboy Buddy Rogers. Without Buddy Rogers, we wouldn't have got Ric Flair. Without Ric Flair, we wouldn't have got Shawn
You said
Michaels.
Cowboy.
Shawn Michaels, no. Huh?
You said Cowboy Buddy Rogers. I know you meant Nature Boy, but you said Cowboy?
He was the Cowboy Buddy Rogers at one point.
He was?
Yeah,
I only
so
know
back
him now.
off. Yeah.
I've only known him as the Nature
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
He was Nature Boy when he got signed by WWE and he picked up the name and then he carried it and gave it to Rick. And then since Rick stopped wrestling, there's been like 5 different people who have used that moniker now.
Yeah, I only knew him as Cowboy Buddy Rogers. I'd never known him as
But
Cowboy.
that's not neither here nor there.
No, it threw me off. I was like, Cowboy. But yeah, that's cool. I learned things when I talk to you.
And apparently you try to correct me too.
I wasn't trying to correct you.
here's my thing though, but if we're talking about a very first inductee, granted, all of those people have merit to be put in, but as a very first inductee, they're gonna want someone who's alive that can be able to get speech.
I would do a posthumous class. The greats from past generations that aren't here.
Yeah, I mean,
you could do your Brunos, your Backlunds. No, Backlund's still alive. Your Brunos.
I just saw
your Brodies. Shit like that.
I'm loving this gimmick. And I can't tell if that's that head looks way too small to be Gable.
No, it's just because his hair is real fluffy.
Yeah. If I put my mask on without my beard, you can see how skinny my face is.
Yeah, I was like that.
This is. I still think it's a thing.
It's a carnival act. He's portraying what this is exactly how an American would have portrayed lucha wrestling in the 50s or in the 40s. Yeah, making it look like a fucking carnival sideshow act.
Yeah,
comedy act. I get it. I get it.
Doesn't make it right.
I think it's entertaining. I think if the luchadors on the roster and the Latinos that are there present, if they signed off on it, then I don't think there's anything.
That they were even consulted.
I would say so under Triple H. There are no signs that he's pulling the Vince shit.
Yeah.
Or just giving people characters and saying do it or go home. There's no sign of that still existing in the company anymore.
Yeah, Triple H ain't that big of a douche.
I think Dragon Lee was that catalyst. Since he came in, like the success he's had alongside Ray and the reforming of the LWO and all of that, like it gives me hope with WWE and Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
Because again, this is something that would have never happened under Vince.
No. And they've done wells with the other guys on SmackDown too.
Yeah.
The
Garzas.
Yeah.
Who else is over there? Zelina?
The only one I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing is Hector is Andrade. Like where has he been and why isn't he on TV? It's crazy.
Well, with the divorce being so quiet and her return, I can only imagine that probably had something to do with it. Andrade.
Oh.
I forgot that was a situation.
Yeah, they got divorced real quietly while they were both off TV. Oh, look at that overhead dragon suplex off the apron.
He 100% cheated on her with Lana.
You think so?
That's my speculation. But Lana is going back to Mira. They're not getting divorced now.
You think we ever see him back?
Miro?
Yeah.
100%, I think so. I think we get Miro and Lana both back.
You think that'd be something after Mania?
Yeah.
Raw or SmackDown?
I think we'll get Becky the Raw after Mania.
I've been saying that too to a bunch of my friends. And I would not be shocked if they have her coming after Lyra.
Fucking dogs. Sorry.
You're okay. I definitely no
This
issue with me. Dogs are dogs.
90% of the reason why I don't stream live anymore.
But I was saying, if Becky does come back that Raw for Mania, I would love to see her come after Lyra.
I think she comes back at Mania.
Who, Becky?
Yep.
I would say I would be a betting man. I would put the Monday after Mania. The Raw after Mania. That would be.
I want her after Mania against Lyra and like not the big time Bex gimmick, but something like that, like the cocky older statesman of like, you're not going to take my spot.
I think having her come back is like a tweener version of the Man.
Yeah.
She's not really a good guy or a bad guy. She's just Becky Lynch, and she was like, all things WWE come through me. So she essentially goes out there and she was like, when you first started, I was leaving, you know, like you come into NXT and have great success because of me. Like, this is your, you know, Becky has been the benchmark for Lyra's entire career. And now they, you know, essentially Becky's going to go, now you have your shot. If you want my spot, come take it from me. You've been chasing me my whole career. Now is your chance. Put the feather in your hat. Come take it.
I also would not be mad at that.
And if you really wanted to be smooth about it, you start building it till SummerSlam. And you do that by having the first match go to no contest on like a Raw. And then you have it go to a Backlash, and you have Becky take the title off of her. And then you have the rubber match at SummerSlam, and you let those two carry that title through the summer.
So I've been thinking this. Like a lot of people do give Chad Gable those that Kurt Angle parallels.
Yeah.
He's been really proving it not only with the wrestling style, but like Kurt Angle was really known for doing that comedy stuff too.
Yes.
And Chad's really good at it. Also,
I'm okay with it. I think that Gable, since he did the Shorty G shit,
yeah,
I said that the match him and Corbin had at King of the Ring, like the
Yeah.
finals, were nuts.
that match was phenomenal.
That was a crazy good match. That's when I realized how fucking good Chad Gable was.
Yeah,
And he's been building since then. So to me, like, he's one of those guys who's never had a lot of singles, like he's never had any singles title runs to speak of. He's never but he doesn't need it. You know what I mean? Like, he's very much an R-Truth-esque character where his character work is not about having titles. He's about like the character work and the stories and everything that goes into the Chad Gable stories. And I think that's dope.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. And the fact that he can, do the serious stuff, he can do this comedy stuff. Yeah, he's very well rounded.
Yes. That was smooth. I love that like rebound German suplex.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
I think that Gable gets the win, and it's going to be kind of like, it's not going to be dirty, but it's not going to be super clean either. Like, there'll be some shystiness involved. What if they do a mask versus mask at Mania and they build it to Gable and El Gordo Loco or whatever it is? And it's like Gable as his luchador character versus Ray in a mask versus mask. And that's how they unveil it to be Chad Gable.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be. The fans chanting, "This is awesome." It was a really good fucking match. Oh, Dragon Lee.
Oh, shystiness.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay.
I don't know how about a luchador losing is. Ugh.
I can tell you that was planned
Yeah.
because those masks don't come off that easy.
Yeah. No, that was.
Gracias. That's awesome.
All right. So, you know what Pat McAfee's shirt's giving me right now?
What?
Stevie Richards in the Right to Censor.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Stevie Richards. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what did this remind me of? And I was like, oh, I just watched WrestleMania 17. This is Stevie Richards in the RTC.
Yeah. It was they were wearing the white ones though. They had the white shirt with the black ties. Because it was him and the Good Father and Venus. And who was the lady? Jacqueline?
No,
Jacqueline? Victoria.
So I haven't watched last night's episode of LFG. I watched the clip this morning.
I have almost no interest in that show whatsoever.
It is an interesting show. I usually just put it on background noise.
It was Ivory and Bull Buchanan were the other two members. It was.
Yes.
To me, LFG isn't a reality show. It's a scripted show where
It's a scripted show about a scripted show.
yeah, like it's tough for me to wrap my brain around them trying to convince us like that because Tough Enough was a reality show. They didn't necessarily know who was going to win that ahead of time. Like the fact that they're having a tournament that is going to have multiple rounds spread out across multiple shows to sell tickets says to me that all of this is a work.
Yes.
None of this is a real reality. So therefore, I don't have any interest to watch a fake reality show about a pre-scripted TV show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not my cup of tea, man. Like this is one of those WWE things that I'm just not gonna get. I'm not gonna put it over, dude. I think LFG is a silly idea.
Yeah. No. And again, I watched the first episode and then I realized what it was, and I was like, yeah, no, you know what? This might be something I just put on in the background when I got nothing else to do.
I respect the shit out of the coaches.
Yeah.
The Undertaker and Mickey James and Bully Ray, like all of those guys, fantastic workers, never say a bad word about most of them. But in my brain, it's like they've admitted that it's scripted. And they've admitted that obviously we've known for 50 plus years that wrestling is predetermined. So it's like a scripted show about a predetermined sport. And it's like, okay, then bypass this whole fucking thing where you're using these people's likeness who aren't going to get jobs and just give us the people you did like out of the class and start putting them over that way. You know what I mean? Like, because what happens if they spend all this time and money putting it into the people and they're like that douchebag from that Tubi show that nobody liked, BJ? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody liked BJ.
Yeah, he's on this LFG show.
Yeah, him and the blonde girl, Xena, or whatever the fuck they're calling.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on LFG, and yeah, him and Bully Ray have almost fought like 4 times. It's crazy.
I just don't. It's I don't know. There's a lot of really good indie talent out there, and I feel like the ID program is almost right, and LFG is just ways to get product on young talent. You know what I mean? Just to get content out there with young talent to help put young talent over. And I'm not against that. But if you're going to have a show to put over young talent, then just give us an hour of wrestling and use stories to put over that talent instead of these faux scripted reality TV storylines. You know what I mean? Like,
but what I was going to say was they had I saw a clip this morning, and Undertaker was talking to 2 of the girls. He asked them if they were nervous, and then one of the girls was like, yes, but I took my nervous poos already. And then Taker just walks away. He said, okay. I was like, yeah, nervous poops.
This is an article idea for anybody who's listening that wants it, okay? The concept is WWE is moving as far away from being a wrestling company as possible, and here's how. And use the examples of how they're making us faux reality TV specials, and they've got this ID title. They're going to be parading around the country, and like it's like a spider web mess that is all wrestling adjacent.
Yeah. But yeah, AJ's right. One of the guys from LFG is already on NXT television.
That's the way this program is supposed to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the other way around where it's like they make us watch 12 weeks of TV. So at the end of it, this person wins and we're supposed to be excited that they show up on NXT now. It's like, no, make us genuinely excited to watch it because you've got people like me who are diehard wrestling fans who want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would rather watch old Rivals and Hidden Treasures than watch LFG.
I love Hidden Treasures.
Hidden Treasures was fucking shit.
Hidden Treasures.
Yes, it was. It was one of my favorite, like, one-off WWE shows.
Kind of upset that they fired AJ Francis just for
Dude,
that
he
aspect.
was so good in that show.
That was my favorite thing AJ Francis ever did in the company. Was the work he was doing with the legends on Hidden Treasures was fucking amazing,
like,
dude.
That's the person I wanted to see on Raw or on like TV. And like they gave us the complete fucking opposite of that, which was why I actually had an issue with the top dollar gimmick, because it's like you give me nothing of this dude, and then when you finally like you give me this awesome, cool, like kind dude on Rival on Hidden Treasures, and then like you bring me the shittiest character possible when you bring him on the roster.
Yeah.
AJ Francis would have been the perfect person. They tried to make Odyssey Jones in the New Day.
Yeah.
You remember that? When
yes.
after Big E got hurt and they were like dancing around that idea of adding a third member?
Yeah.
This commercial's
A
hilarious.
baby face, AJ Francis, would have been the perfect.
Yeah, like he
third
should
member.
have never have been a heel.
No. I am friends with a guy, Facebook friends with a guy. I won't even say friends, Facebook friends with a guy who was on Hidden Treasures. He's known to having the greatest wrestling collection ever out there.
Yeah,
in Michigan.
I know GWC. Like not personally, but I know of him, yeah.
Yeah. He added me on Facebook about a year or two ago. And he's always on Facebook Live.
Dude,
showing off his Facebook, his wrestling collection, getting stoned with Godfather. It's the greatest thing in the world.
We met him at WrestleCon. We have this is one of those like Will and Allison lore. We have a personal friend who's an attorney here in Middle Tennessee who's active on the indie scene, who's also like a real lawyer in his shoot job. And he's an active lawyer and gets contract work and stuff for like a ton of signed talent. And when I say that, I'm talking like Jay Lethal, like guys like that, all the way down to the indies. Like he handles all the contract work for these wrestlers. And because of that, in passing, we got to meet GWC at Comic-Con.
He seems like a whole fucking dude.
But I've gone into his lives a few times because this is my favorite thing about him. And nothing I do is short. But the long-winded answer is he does wake and bakes like 4 or 5 times a week where he goes live at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. So it's like 10, 11 my time. So after I've been up a little bit, but he'll do wake and bakes. And if he doesn't have wrestlers or stuff with him, he'll bring up random friends and fans from Facebook Live and just get stoned with people.
Yeah, no, I've been there too.
Yeah, dude.
I'm excited for this Stephanie show.
Why does Stephanie look so fucking jacked to be in her fucking almost 60s?
She's not that old, is she?
Yeah.
I'm 40 and Stephanie's at least 20 years my senior. Minimum. Because she was on TV in the 90s and I was a teenager. She would have been at least 9 years younger. Stephanie is going to be...
She's 48.
She's only 48?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Stephanie, she was just inappropriately on WWE TV.
That's so fucking gross, dude. That means in that 98, 99 range where she was like slutty Steph.
Yeah.
That means she would have been like 21 or 22 years old, bro.
Yeah. She was like great.
I thought she was quite a bit older than I was.
No, she was like she had like dropped out of college or was like in college.
I was 12, and if she's 9 years older than I am, that would have made her 21 years old in 97, which means by 2000 with the fucking drunk passed out wedding with Triple H in 2000, she would have only been like 23 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. I was like,
wow. Yeah. That's one of those, you just blew my mind. I thought she was at least like, pushing 60.
Yeah.
I thought she was pushing 60.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, she's not that much younger than my parents. I was like, she's not that old.
That's crazy, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Fragile Phil's talking. Maybe we should listen to see what he has to say. He's going to sell us Pepsi. Pepsi and a miracle drug. Fucking snake oil salesman. Hope and emo music. That's all you need. And just kidding. I like CM Punk. I'm just talking shit.
I knew you were.
I don't know who's watching, so I don't want people to be like, damn, Will ripped into Punk. Like, no, I'm just kidding. It's just for fun.
We have one viewer right now, and I think it's AJ.
No, you got dumped out of the ring by Logan Paul, by a YouTuber. And then he got cheated over at Elimination Chamber because of Seth, right?
Yes.
With the stomp.
Yeah. Diaper piss baby's hilarious.
Well, there it is. He answered my question for me.
Diaper piss baby's hilarious.
It is AJ, and he also calls him Fragile Phil. Thank you, AJ.
Do you think Paul Heyman screws one of these two guys over at WrestleMania?
Yes. Because it's been Paul's master plan for the whole time.
I really want him to join up with Seth. Seth doesn't need him, but I think it's more of a Paul likes to fuck over people. Paul be staying screwing people over since he joined the WWE. He stabbed every one of his wrestlers in the back.
Yeah.
Like
Paul stabbed his own promotion in the back.
I wasn't going shoot. I was going just on screen, but okay. We can, yeah, he stabbed ECW in the back and made Tommy Dreamer want to kill him, but yeah, you know. That is the craziest story ever.
Yes, it is.
I think that's like one of my, like, first time I heard that story, I was like, that can't be real. And then when Tommy said it, it was like, yeah, no, that almost happened.
It's real. It's real.
And Paul's like, oh, you're going to kill me? Let me get you a job. And you can win the Hardcore title, like, 30 times.
He also pretty much worked for ECW the whole time and never got the title run.
Yeah.
Paul,
except for that one time.
Yeah, he kept stringing him along. And he got it at the very end.
Yeah. Oh, contract signing next week? Fuck yeah.
I want you to listen to two things. Step very well. Number one, you do it.
Oh. Oh.
Because you can't.
He's so mad.
Oh. That was to Tyler.
Wow.
He said that to Cody.
What did he say?
He said, I'm the one that brought you into this business. I can't wait to be the one to take you out of it.
Yeah, to take you both out of it. Yeah, well, he's talking about because he brought this Shield in as his bodyguards.
Yes. But he also helped train Tyler a little bit when he was leaving Ring of Honor and Seth was joining Ring of Honor.
The summer of Punk was 05. Was Seth there that early? I'm going to the restroom real quick.
I think he started there.
I can still hear you.
Monday Day Raw.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
What you did to me in Madison Square Garden is unforgivable.
Nobody cares, Logan.
On March 31st, Monday Night Raw, I want to see you face to face. Bring your A game, bring your
Oh.
C, but I'll see you bitch ass there.
Okay.
Next week on Raw, what the hope that A game.
No.
Always trying to have a moment. AJ dominated shoulders.
That match is going to be really good.
Which match? I'm back.
Logan Paul versus AJ.
That match is going to slap.
Yes.
Special start time next Monday.
Why do people like the funky doodle? If I wanted to cook my own fucking breakfast, I'd do it at home.
Holy shit. So,
What?
Defy Wrestling's got this event coming out April 13th called Streets of Rage. And they just announced the match of Gabe Kidd versus Calvin Takeman.
Fuck yeah. I was trying to think. Yeah. Guest referee with Bianca. That's cool.
Oh. NXT title matches tomorrow?
Both of them. She's going to open the show and close it, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet the women's title opens and her and Fallon are the main event.
Do you think she wins one and then loses one?
Yes. And I think Fallon wins because of some shenanigans because somebody comes out.
JCJ?
Um,
One of the members in that faction?
yeah, somebody from the faction, Fatal Attraction,
Yeah.
yeah, and Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
Whichever one it is.
I think it's Attraction. Not mistaken.
Fatal. One of them was Mandy Rose's version of it, and then when they came back, it was the other. So it's one of the. It's either Fatal Attraction or Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is.
Main event time is coming up next.
So Netflix bought 3 hours of Raw, and they're only running 2.5 of it.
Yeah. Which I ain't mad at.
I mean, I think what it does, though, if they get us trained for 2.5 hours, when they run long for 3, it'll feel like a big deal. They're conditioning us to appreciate 2.5 hours. And then when they run a 3-hour Raw, it'll be like, oh, fuck. Like, this felt important, you know?
Oh.
What? Toxic Attraction, and this was Fatal Influence. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you, AJ. What?
What's her name from TNA? Carter. Who owns TNA? Dixie.
Yeah, Dixie Carter.
Her mom died.
Yikes, that sucks.
Okay.
TNA just put a thing out.
What?
Everyone says that John Cena's entrance should be his dance from Peacemaker.
Did
That's
he come out as Peacemaker?
Yes.
That would be fucking.
Or I guess it's not Disney, it's DC, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a deal with AEW, so I'm gonna go with no.
Who does?
DC.
Do they?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Time Warner.
Time Warner.
Yeah. Everything's a fucking web, dude. Everything's intergo. You remember that? We watched that conspiracy theory show, The Octopus or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
where it showed you how, like, all the corporations all funnel to, like, 1 or 2 businesses
Mm-hmm.
because they're all owned by the same people. Like, everything is all owned by the same people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 families.
What you're talking about is the 12 tribes. That's a totally different tinfoil hat moment. That says that the world's wealth can be traced back to the same 12 families from the Middle East, like from the origin of man type shit. Like, yeah, what I'm talking about is like BlackRock, where you can trace back ownership of these investment firms all the way back to these huge companies that own billions and trillions of dollars in investment portfolios, and they like a handful of companies pretty much own everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like BlackRock, for instance, is an investment firm. They just bought the Panama Canal essentially because they bought one side of it and bought the other side of it. So if you want to go in or go out, you have to go through BlackRock owned like tolls and ferries now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I've got tinfoil hats for days, bro. Starting an entire podcast with nothing but tinfoil hat and conspiracy theories. My favorite thing on the planet. I really like that Jacob Fatu shirt.
The Jacob Fatu wear is great.
It's top tier, dude.
Yeah. How crazy is Penta's entrance going to be now? Because they keep on adding shit every week. Fire.
It's always fire. Now do the walk. Do the walk. Here it comes. He's going to do it.
Oh, Parker walk?
Yeah. Did you see the new La Parka yesterday with Triple
Yes.
A?
Yeah.
How cool was that?
Really good. I do love that's like that gimmick's like 35 years strong.
I would probably say that they play some sort of role in this. Yes, AJ. I'm not sure if I'm going to go as far to say that. I mean, putting the belt on Penta right here would be cool, but it would open up a whole case of whys.
Yeah.
Like this close to WrestleMania, like for him to fumble the belt to someone else and then them have 3 weeks essentially to build a story now for him to have something to do over the weekend.
Yeah. I say they try to help Penta and then it doesn't work.
Then it
It's
ends
gonna
up
lead to
costing
Penta.
them the match.
Yeah. And that's going to lead to maybe Penta facing either Finn and or Dominic in the future.
I think they're probably going to give us Dom versus Penta at WrestleMania if I were a betting man.
Which the Lucha Libre and that is going to go crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the direction we're going to end up going because I think Judgment Day is going to interfere and it's going to cost him the match and it'll specifically be Dom. And then they'll start the build and be like, me and you at WrestleMania, Dom, let's fucking do it, you know? Because Penta Dominic Mysterio at Mania would go fucking hard.
Yes.
And you can have Penta lose here and take a loss but not look weak in the loss because of the shystiness of it all. Because
Absolutely.
Penta's only been pinned one other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's only lost once since he got the WWE. So having him lose here due to some shenanigans would give him the win in weakness. Or the loss without looking weak. What are you trying to
So I just rewatched that slap.
He was officiating one this independent wrestlers, or he was officiating a super fan's wedding,
That's dope.
and she took him dress shopping with her. I think she's also a fan. She might be a fan, but for whatever reason, he was officiating her wedding. I feel like we should start a GoFundMe for that.
They at least make the presentation look big.
Yeah. I wonder if they did this on purpose and or this was a coincidence that they both wore red, white, and black.
I don't know, but it looks like they got a big fight, Phil.
Yeah. Them mentioning TNA still gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. They talked about progress when they were talking about his match with Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
They mentioned progress when they wrestled there. They mentioned his match with Chelsea at Lucha Underground because they talked about when that during a street fight with her and
Yes.
Michin because they were like, she's no stranger, blah, 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 like talking about that. The Undertaker one dead man show. Way the fuck overpriced for a fucking podcast recording.
Yeah.
Dude, how much were tickets when we looked at them? Like $100 for the one dead man show? They were expensive, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Those new tables gotta hurt.
They're sturdy, dude.
Yeah. Oh. Hey.
Hey, look who it is. It's Carlito and Dom.
He's dead.
His daddy is a murderer. This is my obligatory Bruiser Brody appreciation moment. That didn't take long, dude. I feel like this match has not been happening very long for both of them to already be on the way down.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, unless they're gonna be standing out there for a while. These phone commercials with the action figures.
I'm going to be petty Patsy now with the action figure things because I don't recall a line of WWE characters that have the break in the chest like that.
I'm not really an action figures dude like that, so I couldn't tell you.
We've got figures from multiple different companies that are all WWE, and there's not any WWE that have that point of articulation. You know who do? All the AEW figures have the point of articulation at the ribs.
That was big words.
Well, that just means like you could bend them over like for a power bomb, and it would look more realistic than it just being the hips moving. Like AEW have an extra point, so they move more. You can make them go into different positions and stuff. WWE figures do not have that break in their figures.
That's not true.
Do we have some that do?
Roman does.
Okay, so we would just need to know what line it's from. No, Roman's just ripped.
Jay does, but he's an
ultimate. Okay, so the ultimate lines do.
Okay.
So that's what that Drew would have to come from. Is let me see. Yep, the Ultimates do. This is what I'm talking about, Wills.
Okay.
That's how I was figuring out which line that Drew figure had to come from, because not all the WWE figures have that break there.
Yeah.
Only a certain line does. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert for a future episode of, Ruthless Unboxings.
See, here's
And here's an AEW, a half-chewed AEW figure with the same.
Yeah.
Look. You see what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, and I just looked at all the Ultimate figures, and yeah, so it is. Yeah.
but
Okay.
it doesn't on the age like he can't.
Bend over all the way. Yeah,
It's just a slight.
it's just a little bit more of a point of
It's enough
articulation.
to be clear. But their heads move.
Yeah. And then we've got some other ones that are like only their arms move and legs move. Like we've got like this Ric
Yeah.
Flair, and like a few other ones that are like a different line of stars. We've got two different WWF. We've got Ringside Collection and a WWF Stomp of Brian Pillman from the early 90s that doesn't have one. Sable doesn't have one, and Sable's maybe our oldest figure. She's from 92.
No, this corner.
Oh, our Cornette's older than Sable.
Sable was in the business in '92.
Yeah, we've got a maybe 93. She's taking it off the wall. We'll check the date on it and see what date it is.
97.
Oh, 97 then. I was way off. I thought it was earlier than that.
I was like, I swear she had joined the WWF in '97 with Reno.
What year was the Brian Pillman then? Is it older than the Sable? Well, it's got a Warzone on it, so it's going to be late 90s too. Maybe I'm just speaking out of my old ass. I was wrecking things.
You type up Sable 1997, and the car comes up.
In the car.
The Mercury Sable.
The bathing suit match. What fucking pay-per-view was
This is
that?
also 97.
Okay, yeah, they're both in 97 then.
I'm gonna go. When will it?
Between 6 and 6:30.
So I don't know if you saw this, and the in the PW60 chat just reminded me of it. Guess who's on TikTok?
Who?
Dan Severn.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like doing workouts. This man is still jacked, and he's in like his 70s.
Oh. That's dope. I like Dan Severn. He was one of those freak show athletes.
Yeah.
He was the original Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. Because he had the NWA title, the New Japan title, the UFC title, and was competing in the WWF all at the same time.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came across one of his lives the other day, and he was just throwing around like the cowbells, the circle.
Oh, the kettlebells? Yeah.
Yeah, just tossing them around. I was like, oh, you're still an angry mass of a man. Okay.
I'm about to get some kettlebells specifically to do some at-home workouts between my training sessions. I like watching Penta wrestle. He's a lot of fun.
He is. He's really fucking good. This is awesome. This is awesome.
So he's going for it. And he got it that time. One. He's going to kick out. You know how I knew, Will? Do you know how I knew?
Wow.
I'm
Say it.
kidding. I don't know this time.
I love that they call it the Mexican Destroyer.
Yeah. If I did it, they would call it the Tennessee Destroyer.
I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of fire. I feel like if that move was around in the mid 90s, I think that's what okay, now I can't think of his name. Who wrestled in ECW.
Yeah.
He did the crazy spot where he would fly through the ropes and just land
Oh,
on
I
the
can't
ground.
remember his name, but I remember the bump. Yeah, because he did it against X-Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the fuck out of me.
What the fuck was his name? Because he would do the thing, he would do it, and he would go feet first.
Yeah, and you just land.
Yeah, he would just go through the middle rope and the top rope. And he's hulking up. That's how you know he's serious. The pride of Kennesaw State right here, ladies and gentlemen. He's barking like a good old puppy dog. Just roof, roof, roof. He's just mad. And here comes Dom. Here comes Carlito. Oh. Here comes a spear. There's the disqualification. That's lame. I was really hoping maybe we got Dom and Penta. We still might. We still might.
Chris Hamrick.
Chris Hamrick, that's his name. Oh, we're gonna get Penta Dom, and we're gonna get Finn versus Breaker.
Yeah.
When was the last time Finn was the IC champion?
Around that
Right,
WrestleMania 34 time.
right before they switched from the white belt to the Shinsuke title.
Yeah.
Because he won the white belt off of Finn, and then that's when they gave him the new IC strap, which is the one that Breaker has now without the blue.
Yeah. Are they about to turn? No. He ain't gonna turn heel. About to turn Bron babyface?
He's gonna whap the shit out of Dom, is what he's gonna do.
And we're gonna turn Bron babyface.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna lie. I really love this.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I like that angle. I knew Penta wasn't gonna go heel yet.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I was like, but I like the spot.
I was like, with how over Penta is right now, this would not be a
Is he
good
gonna
time
hit
to
a
do
coup
this.
de grace on Penta? Wow. You know, at one point, Finn Balor was my favorite wrestler in WWE.
Same here.
Yeah.
So in a few weeks, we're doing a learning the ropes about hidden gem matches at WrestleMania. And that triple threat match of him, Miz, and Seth at 34 is really fucking good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw is over. I'm your boy, Wrestling Encyclopedia, MJ Duplessis, 1992. This is my today's co-host, D. Will Gray. Pop your stuff, promote your shit.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for allowing me to come hang out on the World Championship Wreckage page. If you're interested in my shenanigans elsewhere, you can check my link tree in the bio at The Will Gray. You'll find everything I do for botch pods and share shots off the top media and nerdy news at 420 and Rivet City Radio.
Thank you, Will, for joining me today.
Always, brother.
All right. Y'all have a good day. I will see y'all next week for 1 o'clock or noon in London. Y'all have a good day. Bye.